Hello everybody. Well, I said I was going to do a featurette on this cantilevered line box, and here it is. What I've decided is that, in the tools, you got your work shop tools, in the toolbox. And then I've kind of got this guy set up as my road box, and I can pack it out, lift it, put it on the truck with a small forklift, and then if I'm going to do an overhaul or stay somewhere for a week or so, helping a buddy, this is what I could grab. And, the cart can go with it. I got to do a paint job. But this guy is designed to go at a moment's notice. Because if somebody calls and says, I'm broke down, or I need this, I need that, or we need to change fittings on something, I got to go. And that's what everything is in here. So you can change the customization, but everything that's in here will handle 98% of what you're going to do. So what I've done is I've set up the left side to be, metric. I got a set of metric wrenches in here up to 22 millimeter. And you might say, well, why is that? Well, we run a John Deere turbocharged diesel engine in one of our generators. It's European made, and all the fittings on it are metric. And then over here, I've got SAE. And I've marked the box out SAE and metric, not because I'm an idiot and can't figure it out, but you get turned around in some engine compartment or engine room or service room or whatever, and sometimes you just got to look quickly to grab what you want, and that helps identify it. But I've got a set of mid-length snap-ons, and I've got a set of mids for here, but I just don't have them in at this time. And this set here goes all the way out to 1.25 inches, because we deal with a lot of 1/2-inch fittings, both air and hydraulic, and 3/4-inch national pipe, and those take 1.25 inches. So it might seem stupid to lug these wrenches around, but I need it. I need a 1 inch. I need a 1 inch to take off stuff. I need 1 1/8 inches. And, just tape measure quickly, measure up stuff, an extra air fitting. But these sockets sit in here easy, and mid-lengths will handle, 95% of what you need to do. Next drawer down is the pliers drawer. So, I throw in the snap-ons. I'll take them out. If I'm going to something more critical, I'll have these in. But other than that, I've got, the little guys, little needle nose, little ones for fuses, pair of wire strippers, crimpers, bunch of channel locks in here, bunch of vice grips, and some bigger, Blue Point channel lock pliers. Eventually, I'm going to switch those out for some Knipex. I've got Knipex twin grips in here. Never go without them. Dedicated set that stays in here. And I've got a pair of, shears. And you might say, well, why? Because banding, metal, tin covers, even cutting the straps off of something that's holding something back, just handy. And you never have too many pliers. Like I've got 2, 3 in here, just because, well, if you get somebody helping you, they can grab a pair real quick and take something apart. Moving to the other side, picks, light, small pair of front wire strippers. Just an assortment of razor blades, razor knives. I'm not going to take everything out of here because it's a hassle. Mini pocket screwdriver with multi-bits, just because you need a stubby sometimes to get into areas. Stepped drill bit set. Impact driver adapters, like if you want to put it on your drill or on an impact tool. And then just simple sets like this can do majority of all your screws and bits. Punches, super long drill bits. This gets into cabinets and electrical service stuff where you're getting at a fuse, you're getting at breakers, and it's way deep in there and you want to get back out of the cabinet. Super handy. And then this is my answer to every single screwdriver. Rather than having tons and tons of screwdrivers, I just put this in, and then way back in deep down in here, you know, you can't even see it, is the screwdriver for that. A couple of different magnets, you know, Snap-on one, Husky one from Home Depot. I threw all my 1/4-inch drive ratchet and extensions in this little baggie just because I didn't want to lose them. And, you know, then you can move it to anywhere you want. But what I've done here is I've got wrenches, sockets. I've got 1/4-inch drive up top. These are all Blue Point. You know, quick grab ratchets. I've got some Snap-on ratchets and some gear wrench 92s. You know, in the gear wrench, I've got a flex head. I've got straight, and just about everything that you could possibly need. And the idea here was I used to carry, and I still do, have a set of blow molded case with every conceivable socket and 1/2-inch, 1/4-inch, deep, shallow, all that. But it got to be a hassle carrying this in and then going back to the truck and carrying that in. Now this stinking thing weighs 85 pounds. I put it on the scale. Basically, I'll get it through the door and then I put it on a cart. But it's a beast, you know, to lift it up inside a truck or trailer or get it in somewhere. So it's tough. I have to strategically think about what I'm doing with that. But what I found was if I need a 1/4-inch drive, if I needed 3/8, I've got it. I'm not running back to the truck, and I'm not getting an extra blow molded case to carry around. So everything's in one, you know. Screwdrivers of every kind. Like I've got what I generally run into, like electrical service stuff. You know, there's a Phillips, there's a flat, there's longs, there's shorts. You know, any more in this case and you can't get it shut, you know. Allen's, pretty self-explanatory. Hearing protection, I'm working around generators, air compressors, things are loud, 130, 140 decibels. You know, drill bits, why have I got a set? Because I'm always having to drill a hole, move something in, and I can't stand not having the size that I need or going to somebody else's set and finding that the two that I want are lost or broken. So I'm like, screw that. I'm putting a full set of fractionals in from tiny all the way to big. And then what I've done is I've just, you know, I've packed myself out with zip tapes and zip ties and popsicle sticks and, you know, name it. And a popsicle stick, you might laugh and go, well, why the heck does he have that? Spreading glue, spreading sealants, picking away at something that's soft and delicate. You know, bungee cords to like strain a hose or something up and out of the way. And the quintessential fix everything ain't duct tape for me. It's hockey tape. You know, you can hockey tape something up. 16-ounce universal dead blow type hammer. Just throw it in. A lot of times people have got hammers in the truck or in the trailer, but, you know, again, I don't want to be relying on somebody else. Aluminum pipe wrench. And then a whole assortment of crescent wrenches. I'm slowly switching over to actual Crescent brand. I think they make the best. Their name is what we call it. But this will get you out of a jam. You know, you don't have to carry everything. And then I've got reaching into deep spaces, picking out fittings, picking out something that fell. And then 3/8 and 1/2-inch extensions. And believe it or not, I got a set of 1/2-inch sockets. So I got a 1/2-inch here and 1/2-inch here. And the whole reason I'm using these cheapy sets is that it's hard to get a blow molded case anymore that's that small. You know, or this tray, this Mac tray. Just throw a set of cheapy ones in there. I don't care if I pound on them or wreck them or whatever. But, you know, rather than, again, having to run back to the truck and pick something up, I got 1/2 inch drive, I've got 3/8 drive, and then I've got 1/4 inch. And with that, you know, I can do so much work. And what I've got at my shop where my equipment is, I got a little cart with wheels, and I just get this through the door, put it on the cart, and then wheel the cart like a rolling toolbox, like a workstation, up to where I'm going, and then I can just go in and out of the trailers, in and out of the trucks, you know, change a thermostat, change a hydraulic line, change an air line, service an air compressor, do an oil change. And I'm not, with all of this, I generally haven't forgotten something. But again, it's specific. If I know I'm going in for something really important, well, I just picked up, for instance, these snap-ons. Well, I'll throw one of these in. And who knows, maybe this one here, this middle-sized one, maybe this will go in the box. But again, this thing's 85 pounds, and I'm not going to lie, it's a bit of a strain on the back. But the trade-off is I can get this into the back of the truck quite easily, you know, compared to loading up the forklift, my small forklift, and picking this up. Because when this is loaded down, and I can take all the tools in here, and I can put them into here if I want, or vice versa, right? And this one's still, you know, set up ready to roll. But I could take this forklift, put it into the back of the truck, and, you know, that's you know, 10, 20 minutes of screwing around. Or level one, you call and say, hey, I think I need this, I need that. All right, 85 pounds, boom, it's in the back of the truck by hand, and I can move it around, get it where I'm going, carry it in the door a little bit. So the reason also that I've put labels on things, you know, like you see this, why do I do that? Is it that I don't know? You know, why do I got this? Why do I know? It's simple. When I'm working with somebody and I say, hey, go back to my box, get me that extension, get me the screwdrivers, give me a zip tie. I just tell them what to do, and, you know, boom, it's in the green bag labeled with zip tie. You know, easy for somebody else to help you and find it, right? It's not that I don't know where it is. So, and I got people working with me, and they got glasses, and it's dimly lit, and you can't see. It's hard to see the numbers on things. Well, it's just easy to identify by color and label, right? So I like it. I like the cantilevered box. You can stuff an enormous amount in it. And to me, it's a great little mental challenge of, like, if I don't stop myself, I try to take the whole dang toolbox, right? I'm like, oh yeah, I might need that. I might need that. I might need that. And then all of a sudden, the whole box is in my truck. This is a game for me. This is like, okay, what do I absolutely need? And I don't want to have to think about it. Like when the call goes in that I got to service something, I don't want to have to go and spend a half an hour loading this only to find out that I forgot screwdrivers or picks. So the idea is that this is loaded. It stays loaded. You don't empty it out. You don't muck with it unless there's a real good reason to. And then you just refine it as you go. Like, oh, I should throw this in. Oh, I should take that out. Well, when was the last time I used, oh, this isn't working. This is. Like these punches. You know, I threw these in. They're just a cheap set. But hey, I got to somewhere and I needed a punch to push out a pin to get two pieces of a pump apart. The common shaft was held with a pin. Didn't have it, so I was like, okay, gotta have a set of punches, right? You know, got somewhere and I had metric hex heads to take off like a 3-gauge wire. You know, make sure you got a set of these in. And they're ball hexed, so they can get into some tight spots, and you put a wrench around them and you get extra leverage. Pretty handy. I mean, you got to cut it off at some point. You can't just have every possible thing in here, right? So you have to figure out, okay, what are you encountering? Like if you encountered Torx or Allens, you might change up the setup. But for me, most everything's hex head. And yeah, other than it weighing 85 pounds, I suppose if I went to all aluminum tools, it would be better. And you might say, well, I just don't need some of this stuff in here. Yeah, you're right. I could probably get rid of the 1/2-inch drive stuff. I could. But the idea is one grab. This is one grab, and then I'm not going back to the truck, as I said earlier. So there you go. Tell me what you think. Tell me about your setup. Bye.